Alright, in this Geek Tip video, I'm going to take a look inside of the Windows 11 Insider Build Preview. So, Microsoft announced a couple weeks ago that they're going to come out with a new version of Windows 11. So, decided to take a look. I've always ran a beta or a technical or consumer preview version of Windows, so I figured there'd probably be one out there. But as it turns out, the only people actually getting a look at Windows 11 are people with insider builds of Windows 10. So I actually, a couple years ago, I created a virtual machine, a VM, with Windows 10 insider build program. And I actually started it up and was prompted to get a new version of Windows for the Insider program. So going through the whole process of installation, upgrading, and sure enough, turns out it was upgraded to a version of Windows 11, which you're now looking at. So that's one of the reasons why it has an activation note down here in the right hand corners, because it is an insider preview build. So it's not for production, it's only for evaluation purposes. So you never want to run a beta or a technical preview on a system that is production. No, too much instability, bugs. It's just not a good idea. So, all right. So here we are. We've got Windows 11 up here. We had the different looking logon screen, different font. Looks a little bit smoother, a little bit more softer. First thing you'll notice is the start button and the pinned applications are centered on the taskbar down here. And that is the default setting, but it can be easily changed. So for me, the start button has always been on the lower left hand corner ever since Windows 95. When it came out, it was on the left hand side. So we'll go ahead and we'll just change that up and make it so. Alright, so other than the orientation and smoother, softer looking icons, other than that, it really looks quite the same. You still have the clock, you still have your notification, your action centers, all your icons here. So basically it no real difference there. So now the start menu, that looks a little different. Of course, all the same information is here. These are the tiles that used to be over on the right hand side of the start menu with Windows 10. All apps was along in between the actual program shortcuts and the tiles. So same information. You can actually have the shortcut folders down here next to the power button. The desktop pictures, downloads, personal folder. Yeah, you used to be able to turn them on for Windows 10, have them come down vertically. Now they're horizontally. All the same information here. You got some rounded corners, which makes it look softer, but other than that, you have all the same information. It's just located differently. So a simple one. I know for myself, desktop shortcuts, pinned applications on taskbar. Once you get those all set up, going to the start menu is you don't ever use it very much. So now the one feature that has come through from Windows 8.1 is the power user menu, and it's still there, which is great because it's a quick way to get to some of the major features and functions and programs inside of Windows 11. So it's good to see that it made it through. So alright, now let's take a look at the settings. Settings, I'm going to bring it up since it's real easy to bring up through the Power User menu. You just right click on the Start button, or you can use the Windows X keyboard combination. But let's take a look at settings. The settings is quite similar. You know, it has the same information as Windows 10 settings, but it's just arranged differently. This time all the categories are in the left hand column and all the subcategories are in the right hand column. But you know, other than that, it looks and feels exactly the same as you know, it operates exactly the same as the version in Windows 10. And in fact, I kind of like the breadcrumb up here on top. Kind of gets you back and forth rather quick. You can go back out to main categories out here, but you know, further you get into the menus, you want to back out. You know, the breadcrumbs work real well up there. So other than that, you know, the settings, little different layout, but the content is still the same here. So that's a good thing too. And now, favorite control panel. So what we'll do is we'll just, since you really can't find it, Microsoft's trying to get rid of it. Been trying to get rid of it for a while, but it's still here. You just have to go looking for it. But it looks no different than it has since Windows XP. Yeah, it's still here. It still has quite a bit of its content. You can actually take a look at it, and yeah, you can actually see that. Yeah, it still has, you know, quite a bit of its functions here, but it's still here. It's a good thing. I always like to have the control panel around. So, and lastly, let's take a look at File Explorer. It has been changed a little bit. One thing I did notice is the ribbon up here is now gone. It's been replaced with a simple menu of most commonly used functions. So if I were to go in here, I actually created a couple of sample files, and if I click on it, I get cut, copy, move, rename, share, you know, all the basic functions or commands. So set as background because it is an image, but other than that, it appears to be, you know, quite similar to Windows 10. You know, the icons are a little different, but the order is correct. So here, your quick access menu, OneDrive, you know, it has the look and feel of Windows 10. So other than the loss of the ribbon up there, you know, it's, you know, a 5-10 second learning curve with regards to File Explorer. So other than that, you know, the look and feel of Windows 11 is so familiar to Windows 10 that a lot of people will, you know, find the learning curve really kind of a low curve on that. You know, just moving the alignment of the start button and pinned applications right there will make it more functionality. Of course, you know, there are third-party menus out there like Classic Shell that you can download and get the feeling of an older version of Windows. But other than that, Windows 11, you know, is not a real big difference between, you know, Windows 10 and Windows 11. So that's the way it looks right now. But of course, everything will change, and could possibly change, and more likely will change before the final release of Windows 11. But it's nice to get a little look at it and see what's coming down, what's coming from Microsoft in regards to Windows. So, all right, have a great day and take it easy.